Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I had got a few requests lately about doing a freshman tips video because I mentioned it back in my dorm haul video. So I decided to film that today, and I've started my 4th year of college just a couple of weeks ago. So I've accumulated some tips and tricks over these past 4 years that I know helped me a lot with my college career, and I thought it would be, interesting to just share them with you and let you guys know and hopefully help somebody figure out how to navigate college a little bit better. If you're a freshman, hopefully these tips can help you. I just picked out 5 quick tips that I think are the most important, for making the best out of your college career and just making sure that your school year just goes by really smoothly. So my first tip is the most important tip, I think, that I just cannot stress enough to you guys. Do not procrastinate. Number 1 tip. If nothing else you get from this video, if you don't take anything else from it, do not procrastinate. That was my biggest issue when I was a freshman and even when I was a sophomore, and I was doing so badly just because I was procrastinating. Get your assignments and your papers and your books and everything as soon as you possibly can. If a teacher assigns something due at the end of the week, start it that day. I know some people can do really good work under pressure, which is fine. I'm that way too. I can do pretty good work under pressure, but you don't want to keep putting yourself under that pressure. It's not going to be good for you. It's not healthy. And you'll feel so much better when you get it done early and you realize you have all this time the rest of the week to just do other stuff. Make sure you are aware of all the due dates of your assignments, because that is super important, because if you think that a due date is next week when it's really this week, then you're going to freak out once you realize it the day before it's due and you had all that time to do it, but you didn't know because you thought it was due later on. So please make sure you know all the due dates and you're aware of them, and if you can, just write them down maybe, or put them in a place where you know where they'll be at so you can check them later and okay, I have this due, I have that due then, and I have that due then. Which brings me to my next point. Tip number 2 is to be organized. I have a corkboard behind me, as you can see, and this is where I organize all of my things and all of my class assignments and anything that might be coming up in the near future. I have little post-it notes at the top that tell me what my homework is for the week or the weekend, and then I have these little note cards that show me exactly what the dates of all my exams and quizzes are, and just important dates that'll be coming up recently that I need to pay attention to and make sure I know, so that I'm not 1, procrastinating, and 2, freaking out at the last minute because I didn't realize I had something due when I did. Another good way to be organized is to throw away any of the clutter that you have on your desk or in your book bag or in your folders and stuff like that, and just make sure everything is current and up to date, and anything you don't need anymore, just toss it to the side. My tip number 3 is to do not pay for your textbooks unless you absolutely have to. Textbooks are so expensive. There's really no reason that one book for a class should be $200. You're already paying so much in tuition and so much in room and board if you're living on campus, and even off campus if you have to pay rent. There's no reason that you should be paying $200 for books for each class. There are plenty of ways where you can find your books without having to pay the full price, or maybe not even having to pay for them at all. Always check your university library or your local library to see if they stock your textbooks. So what I do is I get my books from the library, and then I just keep renewing them until the year is over and I don't have to pay a dime, and that's probably the best way I think that you could get your books. But if your library doesn't stock your books, you could always try and find them on websites like Amazon or Chegg that will sell them for way cheaper than your school bookstore would be selling them for. You could also go to places like Half Price Books. I know that my state has a website where you could go and get books sent from other libraries in the state to your library if your library doesn't have it. And that website usually has a lot of students coming in and rating the professors that they've had for their classes. And the best thing about that website is that there's a section that asks you, how much was the textbook used for this class. And I think that's really important, because you could check that before you buy the textbook to see if the students are saying that this teacher really uses the textbooks or doesn't use it at all. So definitely do not buy your textbooks unless you absolutely positively have to and there's no other way to find the book that you need. My fourth tip is to not wait until the last minute for help. That is a huge tip that took me years and years to learn, because in elementary all the way up through high school I hated asking for help. I absolutely hated asking people to read something to me again or to explain it to me again and I didn't understand it. Get the help that you need. There's so many different ways. You could always form a study group with the students in your class. You could always go to the professor's office hours. These professors should tell you what their office hours are and where their office is located at the beginning of the semester, and it should always be on your syllabus as well. You could also go to a tutor. My school specifically has something called the Learning Commons in the library, where they have all the different subjects and tutors for each of those subjects, and you can go in and speak to them, and it's 100% free, and I'm sure most other colleges or universities have that as well. And then you can also use websites like Quizlet, where other students from other schools who are taking similar or the same classes put their notes and their, you know, information online that they've learned from those classes that could also help you. I can't tell you how many times I've googled a homework question and found it on websites like that and explained it more to me and gave me the answers that I was looking for that I had no clue beforehand. And tip number, I was going to say tip number 10. Tip number 5 is partying 101 tip, and this, I know it might sound like really repetitive, like a lot of people always hear this when they're going to college, but I think that it's very important to state, you're going to go to a party, have a designated driver. I'm sure everybody can agree that drunk driving is extremely wrong. It can hurt you, it can hurt other people, it's just not good. If you possibly can, you could walk, you know what I mean, so you don't have to have a designated driver, but if you're driving, have someone who is willing to be sober for the night. If you are going to have a drink, do not leave it unattended, because there's so many drugs out there that people are using on other people, and it's just, it's crazy to think that other people really do this to people, but I can't stress enough to never leave your drink unattended, and if you do, just toss it. I don't care how much you paid for it. You could have paid $1,000 for it. Toss it. Keep a small bag on you. I have this here. It's one of my favorite bags. It's got enough room in it for it to keep like my wallet and my cards and anything that I possibly may need, but it's not too big and bulky that you will, you know, get annoyed by it while you're at the party. And this, I think, is really important, because you should always have some sort of something on you to keep like your phone or any like emergency things that you might need, because you don't want to go to the party with nothing, and if something bad happens you have no way of contacting anybody or getting any help. And you should always have some sort of cash on you just in case for emergency purposes. I just really think that having a bag, or having someone in your group that has a small bag like this where they can carry other people's stuff as well, was really helpful when you're going out to a party. And my last tip is to just stay near someone that you know at all times. Do not wander off with some random frat guy that, you know, tells you that you're cute. Just don't do it. Buddy system. You know, they teach us the buddy system in like kindergarten. Always have a buddy near you so that just bad things don't happen, or there's a lesser chance of bad things happening when you have someone near you. Okay, so that is about it. Those are just like my top 5 tips. If you guys have any more tips that you want to share in the comment section below that you think will be helpful, do that as well. I have tons more tips, but I thought that these were like my top 5, and I just figured these were the most important that I should share with you guys. Let me know if you want any other videos that are back to school or just college, university, school related at all. I love you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already, and see you next time. Oh, Jesus. Viewfinder. Stop looking at the viewfinder! I have tried to film this intro at least 80 times. Okay. Let's go. Hey guys. 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 Hey guys.